Hey guys, and welcome to our update on September 6th, 2023. So looking at the satellite, we can see that this vast area of clear skies to our east shows a big anticyclone to our east, and this is combining with this area of instability to our west, shown by these thunderstorms, etc., to bring up this southerly flow, this warm, humid, even hot southerly flow. Now, the radar shows these this line of quite intense thundery showers just to the west of Cornwall, gradually moving northwards. And over the past videos, we've been saying a lot about the possibility of a cluster of storms Wednesday night into Thursday, and this is the start of their formation. So these tonight should move northwards and bring the south, southeast, and east some thunderstorms. Also, we do have a high temperature warning for Ireland that is valid from tomorrow at 8 AM to Saturday at 8 AM. This is because very warm and humid weather tomorrow and Friday will lead to high temperatures in excess of 27 Celsius in many areas, bar the coasts, because of course sea breezes may just keep things a bit cooler, and the general influence of the cooler sea surface temperatures will also have a slight cooling effects. Night temperatures not falling below 15 degrees, so that in its own is another worry, just say. Very impactful. Sleeping, sleep maybe very hard to come by. So the impacts are heat stress, bad sleeping conditions, and the risk of water-related incidents. So again, like the people are tempted to the beaches in this weather, so there's obviously a higher chance of water-related accidents. This is the UKV 5-day forecast. So today we saw a few scattered heavy showers over the country, especially in the Midlands and Northwest. Tonight we start to see the band of the area of thunderstorms. Let's compare 8 PM today to the reality. The UKV actually doesn't have much of a system by 8 PM today. It's exactly 8 PM right now, and if you go to the radar, it's really quite organised to the west of Cornwall, so it could be more intense than was originally anticipated. Of course, this was all very uncertain. This model kept chopping and changing between runs on the intensity and the shape and position of these storms. But this run has the storms approaching Ireland by 1 AM. Not really storms, actually, just showers, actually. But who knows, that may be right. They could be a lot less intense than expected, but at the same time, it could be a bit worse. But by Thursday morning, we have some quite intense thunderstorms just off the southeast coast. A few downpours pushed towards Rosslare in that area, but the main stuff stays to the east. And into tomorrow, we should see a few thunderstorms out to sea, not really doing anything much, but they could graze the east coast. So that still needs watching. That needs watching. This model does not agree with the radar. It's just like this. And also, just to say that the area of storms that looks like that seems, to be affecting the northwest tomorrow morning should largely stay offshore, well to the northwest. Right there, well to the west of Scotland, so that is fine. Going into tomorrow night, we see some sea fog coming towards the south. Elsewhere, mainly clear, but with some high clouds. And to Friday, we see some sea fog on the south and east coasts. That tends to burn back to the coast everywhere, bar the south, where it may persist for a time. Into Friday evening, a few showers may break out, and on Friday night, some heavier showers may form in the west. Saturday sees a cluster forming between Kerry and Northern Ireland, some big storms right there, And then storms just explode, really, on Saturday nights. Galaxy, Wexford, all the way towards North Wales and North West England. Explosive activity there. That is very uncertain. May not come off, but that looks quite severe if it does, but it will mainly be offshore, though Wexford and Wicklow are at risk of that. Then on Sunday, a cold front comes through, I think, and tries to ease things off. And on Monday, a band of rain. Actually, Sunday seems to have a cool down anyway, but Monday seems to be the day where the active cold front comes in. So the maximum temperature forecasts like this. So today, temperatures, as we know, 20 to 25, warmest in the Midlands. It felt warm everywhere because the humidity is just crazy. Tonight, little respites. So 6 a.m. lowest temperatures of 15 to 19, warmest in the west, coolest in the Midlands. Now I should say that, of course, we go to bed at 10 or 11 p.m, not 6 a.m. So the temperatures that we're trying to sleep in are actually like this: 17 to 20. No, just awful. Tomorrow, temperatures rising to between 21 and 27. Coolest on the eastern and southern coasts, and warmest in the Midlands and West. And tomorrow night, lowest temperatures 15 to 18. Again, warmest on the west coast, going off into Friday itself. Highest temperatures ranging from 19 to 21 in the south, where sea fog may linger, but elsewhere 21 to 26 or 26 or 28 degrees even. Warmest in the east there. We go off into Saturday morning. Again, a very warm night, high teens. Saturday, by the way, Saturday looks very hot in the UK, widely above 30, peaking at like 31, 32, 33. That looks terrible for anyone who hates the heat. But for anyone who wants a final, taste of summer, that is ideal. But for Ireland, Connacht's cooling down Saturday between 18 and 21, but elsewhere still about 22 to 25. We go into Sunday morning, a bit cooler there for the northwest, mid-teens, but elsewhere higher teens. Into Sunday, we do see a cool down starting to appear. So West Ulster and Connacht goes really quite cool, 14 to 17 degrees. But elsewhere 18 to 21 degrees, but a cool down anyway. Into Monday morning, comparatively, that is chilly, between 11 and 14 degrees, coolest in the north. And on Monday, it seems to be below 20 nationwide, possibly bar Dublin though. So by Monday, autumn may descend. And in the north, struggling to make it past 15 degrees by Monday. So really quite cool. The NAO is looking at this. So it's currently positive and will stay positive. And will stay quite strongly positive until the 10th, I'd say, before gradually dropping down towards neutral by mid-month and going ever so slightly negative by the second half of the month. So that shows, as I keep saying, that the hot spell should end as the Azores high gradually weakens and shrinks, and the low pressures from the north come south. The GFS 12Z today, looking at this, so we got this big ridge to the east, and this trough to the west of instability and thunderstorms, and they're drawing up this very warm and humid air mass, hot even. Tonight and tomorrow, glitch there. Tomorrow, we see that thundery trough in the southeast. That sort of dies off, and we see the high coming back into the weekend. Though it does weaken by Monday, when we do start to drop some cooler air from the west and northwestern. A low comes through Wednesday, next week bring a cool northerly wind behind it. So that will really cool things down. And we go into mid-month looking at this. High to the east, low to the west, and we bring up some quite warm air and humid air with some thundery stuff possible, but not as hot as is now. Going off into the 20th or so, deep lows coming from the west at this stage. They just keep coming in and bring us quite a wet spell, it seems. So autumn could really come in after this, after the spell of weather breaks down. The ECM, like this. So we can see this pattern continues until about Sunday-ish, where the trough does come through and bring a cooler northerly flow in, and that stays the way it is until mid-month, when we've got a trough right through us, bringing showers and spells of rain and cool temperatures as well. The UK Met Run, looking at this, so this pattern stays in control until Sunday-ish, before we see the low pressure just dropping in, the cold front there on the kink in the isobars coming through on Monday. Northerly winds behind that with a high coming in, but this high is building in on a cooler MS, much cooler. Actually, the 0 Celsius isotherms coming into Ulster there, so that would be a chilly high pressure. Pleasant by day in the sunshine, but by night, quite a chill with fog and whatnot. The GEM, looking at this, so we know what's happening. This high pressure, very warm and humid stuff happening over the next few days. Then winds go westerly and northwesterly by next week. So a real cool down, and low pressure becomes engaged in the cool air, bringing rain. So make the most of this, even if you don't like it, I'd say. If it's something, just go out and enjoy it, because it could be the last bit of summer we see. This is the icon. So yeah, summer holds on by its fingertips until Sunday, but Sunday into Monday, a cold front comes through, and we go cooler and more unsettles. And we finally end with the arpège. Looking at this. Okay, the arpège hasn't come out fully yet, so we use the midnight run. Hover. So again, arpège gets us towards Sunday, when the cold front is waiting over Iceland pretty much, and will sweep down over us on Monday. So it's all change next week, all change to autumn, from summer to autumn in one day pretty much, next Monday I'd say. So enjoy it while it lasts. Watch out for thunderstorms tomorrow in the east and southeast, Friday night in the west, Saturday in the Midlands and west, Saturday night in the south and southeast again, in the east, and Sunday possibly in the east. So those are the areas of concern, but other than that, it's and actually high temperatures and difficulty for sleeping at night, that as well. But other than that, do try and enjoy it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.